Hey, what's up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Detail back with a post-game recap as the Lakers get their third victory of the year, defeating the San Antonio Spurs 121 to 107, I believe was the final score. Yes, 121-107. Uh, great shooting night by our second unit, and in particular, one Wesley Matthews, man, who we knew he was capable of shooting, but he hadn't hit anything before tonight. And boy, did he give LeBron James his first birthday present of the year, which was knocking down his shots and getting this man some assists. 6 for 6 from threes. My goodness. And here's the thing. He just tied Nick Van Exel's record, and he was one shot behind Kobe Bryant's record, who we were talking about in pregame. West, y'all. I love it. Look, here's the thing. This team is capable of so much more, but we did have some serious struggles in the paint as far as protecting the paint. We may need to search for another big because as of right now, Anthony Davis is not looking very healthy. Marc Gasol is just getting abused in the paint. Even when he plays good defense and put his hands straight up, they're just going right over him. He doesn't intimidate them anymore. And, the Lakers have a lot of room for improvement. But the good news is that they dominated from end to end, and they did a good job on the offensive end. Defensively, turned the ball. I'm sorry. Offensively, we did turn the ball over too much, though. And, defensively, in the paint, we've been atrocious. But part of that isn't due to the fact that, yes, we are undersized when we don't have Gasol out there. And also, Anthony Davis looks still unhealthy. I'm starting to get concerned about him because he looks slow and flat-footed out there on both ends of the floor. Now he's still got his 20 piece, right, which is solid. I mean, you got to love that. But if LeBron wasn't aggressive, who knows? This game could have went another way. Shout out to LeBron James, who also broke record tonight. He's the first one to 1,000 games in double figures every single game for 1,000 straight games. That's quite an accomplishment because, I mean, if you talk about consistency, there's been a lifetime supply of superstars that have off nights, and this man for 1,000 games has got there. So you have to take your head off to LeBron. That's a heck of a record right there, man. And on his birthday, he gets that record. How symbolic is that, right? But on the other end, again, I'm very impressed with Dennis Schroder. Another solid game, 21 points, very efficiently, man. This guy just gets to his spots and he knows how to finish. That little like running layup to the left side when he just teardrops it with one hand is very beautiful shot and a very skillful shot. He makes it look easy. Even after he gets fouled, he drops it in. 21 points. He had, let me see here, 21 points. He had 4 assists and 4 rebounds. Not bad, man. For your starting point guard, he's definitely handling that properly. We haven't had that much potency at the point guard position. And again, LeBron or AD are yet to hit 30, but that's due to the fact that he's taking off a lot of pressure from them, and we do have 3 dubs, so that's huge for the Lakers, especially down the stretch, to have a efficient scoring third option like him, man. You gotta love it. Dan, appreciate you, bro. Thanks so much for the donation, my man. He said, "Let's go, West." I think he heard us saying replace him with THT. Game was a little sloppy, but I'll take the dub. Can't play mistake-free ball. That's true, brother. And here's the thing. I told you guys, we're rooting for him because we know what we're capable of. We know what he's capable of. I saw this guy play in Portland. He was shooting lights out. And he had, a couple of other career stops in Dallas and then in Milwaukee where he wasn't at his best. But sometimes it takes a little bit and they get warmed up to the scenery. I think LA is a perfect place for a lot of people to revitalize their career. And I think Wesley Matthews hopefully does that because if he adds that type of shooting that he did tonight, if tonight was just a glimpse of what's to come, then assign me up because we haven't had this type of shooting in a while either. Who was the last knockdown shooter that we've had that was super efficient? I can remember of one name, and that's Sasha Vujicic. You guys remember him, the machine? Man, when that guy would set his feet, catch, and shoot, he was wet, guys. He was wet, wetter than Shamu. But I got to tell you, if he develops any sort of consistency, at least give me close to 40% from beyond the arc, we're going to be firing on a lot of cylinders offensively because when the defense collapses on LeBron or AD, we need somebody to kick it out to and knock down threes. Talking about consistent shooting, Dennis Schroder has been very efficient. Most of the time when he sets his feet and he's beyond the arc, or even that little mid-range jumper coming off of the screen, he has been spectacular. I love the way they're both playing. I like the way Dennis is playing. Now, somebody who struggled the last game and this game was Montrezl Harrell. It seems like the size bothers him a little bit, especially 7-footers. Everybody was blocking the shot tonight, And that's a little concerning because the last time we had a big who was a banger down low and was struggle over his size, that was Julius Randle. So hopefully he can find his way to still impact games even when he's not scoring. Because tonight I did like the hustle and all that, but man, I want to see the Trez that we saw the first 2 to 3 games. That's the one we need. The super impactful, aggressive, second chance points, kick it out. That Dennis Rob Trez mode that he's been kicking into. So hopefully he bounces back. But yes, Dennis Schroder is that guy. He's the third option. I told you guys about 2 games ago. Very impressed with him. I've seen enough. He's super efficient, super consistent. Give this man a contract extension. I've been saying it for a couple of games now. Rio says, I love Dennis, but I still feel he doesn't facilitate and orchestrate AD and LeBron well. He says, 6-man. Don't get me wrong. I love Dennis. Well, I'm going to take a different approach. Let's just agree to disagree there. What Dennis Schroder is doing by staying aggressive is taking a lot of pressure off of AD and LeBron, because let's be honest, even though they put up numbers today, they didn't have the most efficient games. AD is still not looking very swift on his feet right now. I do believe it's that injury. And LeBron James turns the ball over a lot, especially today. I feel like today he was, trying to get those birthday numbers. So maybe, he forced the issue a little bit. Usually he's good at taking care of the basketball. But he turned the ball over a lot. And what Dennis did, he was more efficient than both of them tonight on the field. Look at his numbers. And so we need that, because we used to complain about not having a third consistent scorer to start and why we would get off the slow starts. Well, Dennis is that balance, in my opinion. I feel like he helps us get out to quicker starts. And I feel like LeBron James and AD, as a result, haven't needed to score a 30-point-plus game. Now, you might blame that on facilitating. I blame that on less pressure and having another ball handler and another distributor. I think he does amazingly at distributing. I mean, when he drives and they double him, he always kicks it out. So, here's my thing. The numbers aren't going to look the same for the Lakers this year for 2 reasons. I'm talking about LeBron James and Anthony Davis. For one, Anthony Davis is looking injured right now. So I expect his numbers to pick up as the season progresses, as soon as he starts healing. Right now, you can tell his ankle is bothering him, or his quad, whatever it is. It's bothering him. LeBron James is a year older. Now, he's still going to put similar numbers, but by having another ball handler there, again, it takes a huge amount of pressure off of him. If you notice, LeBron hasn't had to be working extra from the start of the season like he did last year. Last year, he was over here falling, flailing everywhere, getting fouled. He wasn't getting the calls, playmaking, facilitating, and scoring. This year, some of that pressure gets taken off, and it will bite his numbers a little bit, but not to worry. LeBron James and AD in crunch time, you saw AD knock down big shots. LeBron James setting up teammates, doing what he does best. They're still going to be impactful. Now, again, having Schroder is huge, especially come playoff time, because now, guess what? Defenses have the scheme for multiple players, not just LeBron and AD. Now they got to worry about a third one. You can't leave Dennis out there because he's a knockdown shooter. Schroder shooter, pun intended. He's legit. And you also can't overplay him or get too close into his space, because he'll beat you with that first step off the dribble. So he's a triple threat, and he could play make. So I absolutely think he's been perfect on this team. He's even exceeded my expectations. Now, coming into the season, I thought he'd average around 14 or 15 points. I don't know what he's averaging, but the last couple of games he's had over 20. So I'm sure he's exceeding my expectations, and he's been a lot better than I thought. But hey, he wouldn't be bad off the bench either. It's just, who would you start over him? Unless it was Alex Caruso for his defense, I wouldn't want anybody else starting, to be honest with you. He said, Dan, you have to update the championship poster with our recent title. It is, brother. Take a look. Take a look closely. You see that banner on top? There's your update right there. Pay close attention, my friend. I took your guys' word, and shout out to my brother Mook for sending me that championship banner. There's the update. It's hanging above the other championships. So, yes, it is updated. But I'm not going to get rid of the poster because that has our history in it. And, I love our history, man. I absolutely adore our history. He said, what is Schroder's turnover assist ratio? I'm not really going to get into those numbers. He passes the eye test for me. I don't have to really look at it. If you want to look at his plus minus, if you want to get into those type of like nerdy numbers, I'll give it to you. He's a plus 13 on the court today. Okay. Anthony Davis was a plus 17. LeBron was actually a -1. But this is why I don't really look at the numbers, because if LeBron's not that aggressive in setting the tone, this ball game could have went a different way. He needs to stay aggressive. Forget about the plus minuses. They don't always tell the story, And yes, he turned the ball over a lot. That's why the plus minus went down. Dan, that's a wild shirt you're wearing. Nah, I love this shirt, man. It was a Christmas gift, and I absolutely love it. But thank you, man. I'll take that as a compliment. Everything Nike is for me. I can see some games where West, KCP, LeBron, AD, Gasol is in the starting lineup against certain teams. Honestly, Schroder has done nothing to lose his starting position, and I don't see why Frank Vogel would do that for the main reasons I already mentioned. He said Schroder's average just went up to 16 points per game, and that is really good, especially considering he's playing with LeBron and AD. That is huge. He said, "Yo, damn, I'm going to get myself another Lakers jersey. There's a lot of cool jerseys. Which one should I get?" Well, if I were you, I'd get those blue retro ones that they just wore the other night. You can't go wrong with those. But I mean, it's your preference, man. The Mamba edition ones are nice too with the snake skin. Those are really some of my favorites as well. They're all beautiful to me. I love everything purple and gold. The ones I haven't seen in a while were the home white and gold jerseys. I haven't seen those in a minute. I miss those, but it's based on your preference, brother. Go ahead, knock yourself out. He said, if any play needs to get traded, Gasol needs to be the first on the list. His plays as it. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. He plays as if he's 6'8". He's just flat-footed, man. At this stage of his career, I feel like we probably got him a year too late. Like, he would have been a lot more effective last year with us, but I feel like he's declining now, especially defending screen and rolls. He gets caught in those picks, and he basically takes his own help side defense out, and they get a wide open layup. They're almost using him as a screen from how slow he is. So that's unfortunate. But offensively, he fits well with the spacing and everything. It opens up things more. Defensively, we do need some work in the paint, and I'm starting to see what a lot of people were saying, that we might need another rim protector because tonight was not our night in the paint. I don't know if they scored 70% of their points in the paint, but it was a lot. It was a lot of them. Dan, the Kuzma fan, you got egg on your face because Wesley Matthews proved you wrong. Egg on my face, man. I don't have nothing on my face, man. This is smooth skin right here. He said he was the first from three and lit up the Spurs. LOL. Egg on my face, not at all. I told you I was rooting for him. If anything, everybody else was trashing him. But I'll tell you what, as long as they're Laker players, I root for them. And I was really ecstatic when we got him here first. Now, you can't tell me he wasn't atrocious before that. Come on now. You're lying to yourself. And this is not a channel for softies. I critique players accordingly, and he was critiqued. However, he wasn't trashed. Now, I did say Talon Horton-Tucker deserved his minutes because before tonight, he did. But tonight, he did show me something, and I always told you I hope he regains his form because he's always been a sniper throughout his career. So, I mean, if you want to hate on me, go for it. I got thick skin. Ricardo Mata, thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, brother. Yo, Dan, what's the skincare routine? Shower every day. Almond oil on your skin really helps, man. Especially in this cold weather, my skin gets really dry right here around the forehead. That almond oil, the olive oil as well. You just rub it after you take a shower, man, and just you get some really smooth skin. I've never really had acne problem or nothing like that, but eating less junk food really helps as far as smooth skin goes. He says, so much hate on LeBron. It's just sad that people who haven't accomplished nowhere near what LeBron has accomplished are hating on him for no reason. That's all it is. That's all it is. They hate the great ones, man. But please don't spam the channel because I don't want to have to block you. You made a good point, but yeah, no. He said, again, he said, I really do miss Dwight. Dwight has been missed mainly for his rim protection, but I will say this, man. I haven't really been keeping track with. I don't think he's making a name for himself over there. He's playing spare minutes here and there. He should have just stayed here. He said, thanks for the website, Dan. Best channel on YouTube. No problem, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the donation. That means a lot. And anytime, man. He said, yo, Dan, I'm probably going to get myself a blue retro jersey. LeBron, they low-key fire. He said, if our rim protection becomes more worrying, we should get a big. And I'm sure Rob Pelinka will be on top of that. I'm not concerned about that. But, yeah, I agree with you. Let's see what happens. It still hasn't even been 10 games. Barely 5 games under our belt. We are 3-2, above 500. But if you look around the league, nobody's really establishing themselves right now. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's really like separating themselves from the pack. It's all even out here. Like Brooklyn, I believe, is 3-2 as well. So they're matching our record, and nobody's panicking over there. At least they shouldn't. So look, I expect us to win the next game as well. That one they'll probably have LaMarcus, so we have to make sure we defend properly. Randolph, appreciate you, man. He said, "My guy, Happy New Year. ESPN will soon realize you're one of the best basketball analysts one day." Oh man, I hope so, man. If it's in the cards, God got me, brother. But I do appreciate your donation, man, and the kind words as well. I mean, that would be a dream come true, but they're gonna have to hire me as a Laker homer because I am. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My takes, I try to keep it as real as possible, but I catch myself being a little biased because I'm a diehard Laker fan, so I can't help myself. But yeah, if they want to hire a Laker diehard who tries to keep it 100%, then go for it, man. I'm all ears. Hope you guys have a happy new year as well, man. Much love to you guys. Stay safe out there, man. Stay safe. That Rona is getting really, really dangerous. Unfortunately, my brother just lost one of their good friends, so RIP to them. It's closer than you think. I've been hearing about that mutation virus getting really close. So I want all you guys to stay safe, man. Don't take it for granted. Wear your mask. Do all the things. Wash your hands. Everything from the start, man. I think if everybody would just listen and stop being naysayers and conspiracy theorists, we would have defeated this thing already. But stubbornness it's in our DNA, mankind. I got you, Randolph. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I appreciate you guys for real. Y'all don't even have to do that, but God bless you guys. Y'all really help. He said, Dan, if the Lakers just stopped turning the ball over, we would be blowing teams out, and Gasol's defense wouldn't be relevant. That is a good point. But again, that's going to come with time. Remember, a lot of new pieces here to rework into the offense, and we have to make sure that we get everybody involved as much as possible. That's why I do understand the criticisms of Dennis Schroder's aggression. But I promise you, LeBron and AD are telling them, hey, man, be aggressive. Keep doing your thing. Don't let up. Because the last thing you want is for somebody like that to come to this team, be such a good scorer and then change his DNA just for your players and your personnel. You want to get the same player you traded for, right? And this is who Dennis has always been. He's always been aggressive. I'm more impressed by his speed, his first step, the ability to – there's something elite about Dennis Schroder, and that is that he can change gears. And what this means – they speed up when they get past their opponent, and then they slow down right when they finish at the rim, which gives you a small, tiny window between finishing and getting your shot blocked. This guy is a master at slowing down right on time and finishing over the bigger opponents. That's a super-duper skill. That's like a superstar skill. If this guy was bigger than he is, he'd probably be a superstar in this league just based off his craftiness, his jumper, his ball handle, and his IQ. Just a very skilled player. Like, I'm serious. He always has been. That's why we were ecstatic when we signed him. Ecstatic when we traded for him. I'm sorry. He said, yo, Dan, I'm going to give you a donation soon. I promise. I love your channel. Keep grinding, bro. We're going to be back to back. He said, man, our team is going to be the league's worst nightmare when we are all in sync. I agree with you, bro. And thank you so much. It's the thought that counts, man. It's the thought that counts. He said, can't say the same about Kuz. Oh, my God. Look, Kuz had a couple bad games, but remember, he has to readjust to coming off the bench. People just want to be critical on the kid. I thought he had some great plays tonight, played some solid defense. Offensively, of course, he wasn't the same, but it must be tough having to change your role like from here to here. Say like one night he starts, he puts the big numbers. The next night you're coming off the bench, you're playing limited role. Just cut the kid some slack. He'll be fine. The kid, when we need him, when somebody's injured, he comes up huge. He's that X factor, man. So just let's not hate on Kuz because he had one or two bad games. Let's just give him the benefit of the doubt, and he'll keep rolling. He said, why people want rim protector? Why can't we ask for a better perimeter defense to keep working on ball defense and chemistry? I think perimeter defense is good. We just need to work on communication and just making sure that we don't give up too much or gamble, because that's how we get beat off the dribble. We have plenty of good perimeter defenders, from Alex Caruso to KCP to Dennis Schroder, who's also very, very good. Like, did you guys see the defense when he switched out to DeMar DeRozan, who's about 6'7"? And, DeRozan tried to post him up. Schroder did a great job of keeping him in front of him and contesting that shot, forcing him to miss. I look at the little things like that. And Dennis is a grade A defender for reals. He said, I co-sign your statement on Dennis the Menace. He's been great. He's been, I mean, I can't really expect nothing else from him. There's nothing negative I can say about this guy. Nothing. The effort is there. He's even rebounding for us for a guard that's barely 6 feet. He's rebounding really well. Like playing solid defense, knocking down shots, getting in the lane, wreaking havoc for opponents. They can't game plan for the Lakers that well because you got now three options that offensively can kill you from anywhere on the court. So that's huge, man. That's a I mean, shout out to Rob for making that trade and allowing this team to change its DNA. Yes, we got a little bit worse in the paint, but we got better offensively and from the perimeter offensively as well. He said the league needs a lot of athletic centers who can shoot threes and defend multiple positions. He said, Chucky, baby, appreciate you, man. He said, Dan, we need to get you a replica championship ring. Oh man, that's I seen those. I didn't even know they were selling those. And then when I tried to buy one, they were out of stock. But that would be nice. Those are nice, man. Oh my goodness. The Lakers championship rings, the way they open up, I was just like, man, those might be the best championship rings of all time. And they had the Kobe jerseys were black with the Mamba skin. I mean, did you see the detail on those? But thank you, man. It's a thought that counts, brother. It's a thought that counts. Just the fact that you think I'm worthy of a Lakers championship replica, it means the world, man. It truly humbles a kid. He said Dennis was a home run by Rob. Again, we haven't had a good point guard like that in a long, long time. Like, when was the last time you can remember a really good point guard besides Derek Fisher? Obviously, he was a really good point guard, but I see him more like a combo scorer, which is similar. But I think Dennis is better, man, offensively for sure. Maybe not in clutch situations like D. Fish was up there. He was up there with Rob and Robert Horry and all of them. But I'm talking about as far as consistency and offense goes, this kid has taken the whole cake. Even Stu Lance and is it Joe Myers? No, it's not Joe Myers. It's Billy Mack. They were talking about it. They were talking about during the game. They were like basically echoing my thoughts. I was thinking the same thing while I was watching this kid. Van Exel. I'm saying it's been a long time, young elder. That's exactly my point. Nick Van Exel is probably the closest thing to speedy shiftiness and ball handle and scoring ability. It's been too long, man. Too long. He said, Lakers are going to be unstoppable team by February. I agree with that. I told you guys, let's not overanalyze the team this early. It's still got a long way to go. But I agree. He said, hey, Dan, starting to love the kid, Dennis the Menace. And he does it quietly. Here's the thing about him. He's not forcing it every single time. He kind of knows where to pick his spots and when to turn up. And I do appreciate that. Somebody who knows how to read the game. He's kind of a game manager in a sense, right? He reminds me of those quarterbacks like Peyton Manning who are just, stringing along the team. And then when it counts, that's when they start taking over. He reminds me of one of those, but in a basketball version. Like, he's going to get it where he can fit it, right? That's what she said. But you get what I'm saying? Like, he's going to get it where he can fit it, and he's going to do the things that are going to keep the defense on their toes and keep them backpedaling and wondering where this offense is coming from. That's Dennis Schroder for you. He's a little spicy. He's like a little tacky, right? You guys ever had the little tackies? They're like, you take a bite and they're good, but then they have that extra kick at the end on the backside that you weren't expecting. And you're like, whew. Dennis the tacky, man. That's what I'm calling him that. He said, should we trade Trez for a better paint defense, Dan? Absolutely not. We're going to need Trez. And you're going to love Trez, man. Now, I know he's been getting exposed lately in the paint as far as big men. But if Anthony Davis was on his game and he wasn't hurt, there would be no problem. He would be a good weak side defender. And Trez can hold his own. The only problem is, let's be real. Teams are doing their scouting, and they're seeing that right now. We're getting destroyed in the paint, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're eating, Justice, you got it, bro. If you watch The Office, you know what I'm talking about. He said, I feel like we should start giving guys like Cook and THC more minutes off the bench. Do you agree? I do agree. I was very shocked to see that THC didn't play a single minute. I don't understand that logic or why that happened. I don't get it, but I don't know, man. I'm in wait and see mode. Give me 5 more games before I completely break this team down from head to toe and tell you exactly what I feel we need and where we can improve. That's what I'm going to do. Give me 5 more games. Dan, all those 9 dislikes are from Flipper fans who can't stand Lakers winning. Or you'd be surprised. I actually have a couple of haters, man, because I block them because they say ridiculously stupid things. And, they're in their feelings. They're hurt. You'd be surprised how many haters even good people have. Like, As long as you're succeeding, you're gonna have haters. That's the way it goes. You say, "Yo, Dan, you and Trevor Lane or Allen should collab." Man, it would be a dream come true, man. Hit me up, guys. If you guys are watching this video, Allen Silva, I'm a fan. I listen to him on the radio. Trevor Lane as well. They're all great dudes, man. Laker family for sure. Jameson Mesa, he said, that was very nice, quiet win by the Lakers tonight. Yes, it was. Wasn't it, Jameson? We just kind of tucked along and we never let up, never gave up that lead. Every time they made a run, here came Dennis or LeBron or somebody to put us back on top. And nice clutch shooting by Anthony Davis, which is very underrated. I don't think people give him enough credit. The other night, they were trashing him on here for being soft. But I'm like, he's injured. He will make up for it. Tonight, he made up for it, man. He had some clutch, timely shots down the stretch. I don't know too many bigs that can do that. Anthony Davis is a one of a kind, and we're truly blessed to have him. I'm so happy for that. And thank you for the donation, Jameson, as always. He said, Vogel is just experimenting with the lineups. We're going to be cool. I agree with that as well. They're still trying to find some cohesiveness with different rotations and different combinations, right? But look, like I said, give me 5 more games and we'll have a better feel for this team. I might make a separate video besides the pre and post game just to kind of break down the Lakers where we're at, like a 10-game review, and then I might make a 25-game review, and then I'll make a 50-game review, and so on and so forth, just to break them down at different times, because I'm sure the outlook of the team will change from time to time. So it'll be interesting to see and mark up our progress. Oh my God, I'm stuttering today. Where we're going to be 10 games from now. I'm sorry, 5 more games from now, and then another 15 games after that, and so on and so forth. He said, Trez being a Laker is equivalent of when Lamar became a Laker and also when Artest joined the Lakers. I agree. That's a good comparison, man. I never thought of it like that. But yes, he is that type of X factor who can step up any night. Now, those guys didn't always have big nights, but when they did, they really made a difference for the Lakers, especially Lamar Odom. I loved Lamar Odom. Do you guys remember those battles with the Phoenix Suns? When he was the second best player after Kobe, we would win. But when he would disappear and, not be as aggressive, we would lose. And so, it wasn't until we got Gasol, a consistent second option, that we really took off. And then Lamar Odom became kind of like that, like that Kuzma role, that whenever he stepped up, it was just extra. And it was just the X factor, right? So, yeah. I mean, I love Lamar. His versatility, his IQ for the game was awesome, man. And he was so unselfish to a fault that he could have been an all-star every single year. That's how skilled he was. But he would always sacrifice for the betterment of the team. Reminds me a bit of Kuzma, but of course, Lamar was more skilled. And in my opinion, he's a Hall of Famer. I love Lamar Odom. He said, that's exactly why my dad was always hard on Odom. Yeah, I was hard on Odom too, but I always loved him. Just because you're hard on somebody, it don't mean you got egg on your face. Like, oh, softy dude came over here telling me I had egg because Wes Matthews performed. Like, I was mad because he performed or something. I'm very happy. I've been telling you guys, if y'all been listening, that I'm rooting for everybody who's a Laker. I never trash them. I didn't say Wesley Matthews is trash. Wesley Matthews should get traded for a bag of chips. That's not me. That's not what I do here. So egg on your face for that, man. But bottom line is, this dude was so hurt that I even critiqued his gameplay as if he didn't play bad before tonight, that I wonder if this new generation is just a little too soft, softer than a burrito shell. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Wesley, congratulations, man. I think this was a career high night shooting for you. And that's awesome. That's exactly what Laker fans want. Like, why would I be mad? So stupid. Hey, what's up, Greg? How you doing, bro? I'm doing good. Anytime we get a win, we doing good, man. Anytime. Andrew. You say sexist things like that, I have no choice but to block you, man. Let me tell you something about that female coach. She's going to be a head coach one day, man, whether you like it or not. And I'm very proud of her. Becky Hammon, dude, I told my girl, hey, check this out. She's coaching. This is the first time in history, I think, a female coach coaches. And I thought she did an impressive job. She kept her team right in there. I'm sorry, I got to block you for that. You can't say sexist things like that, man. We have so many great females in this sport that they know so much. Some of them know more than me. I'll be like, damn, I'll be just sitting back, just enjoying their analysis, man. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You ain't a caveman no more. You got to come off of your you got to come off of your old ways, bro. But Becky, she's gonna be a coach someday in this league, and I look forward to it. I mean, we just had Jeannie Buss become the first, basketball female sports owner that won a championship, and I'm so proud of her, man. I couldn't be prouder of her. I couldn't, like, but at the end of the day, like, it's amazing. Becky Hammon did her thing, man. She did her thing. Still early in the season, Laker Nation, be patient. It's basketball. Players are what they are, and will live up to their numbers as the season progresses. Of course. You know what? They're getting better and better, man. The players are getting better and better. However, we still have tons of room for growth, and I see that, and that's encouraging because that means we haven't hit our ceiling yet. That means we're going to get better, and we're already looking scary offensively. But if we can just have similar type effort defensively and suffocate, there were spurts in the preseason where we were doing that. We were just suffocating defensively, but I think it'll come. I think it'll come, and remember, Frank Vogel's a defensive-minded coach, and that's why I'm a big fan of his. So we have the right coach, we have the right personnel, and we'll be good. We'll be good. He said Becky Hammon will become an NBA ambassador one day. Just watch out, haters. Why would you hate on that? I love an underdog story. She's the only female out here trying to do it for the coaching staff. I mean, she's an assistant coach. That in itself is a major accomplishment. You know what I mean? And by the way, did you guys see my boy Devin Ebanks, number 14 on the Spurs? I actually met him in person, had a nice conversation about Popovich. He loves the coach. I told him my Lakers were going to bust his ass when we seen him, and we did that tonight. So promise kept by me. And he's actually playing major minutes, man. I posted the picture on Twitter of me and my family next to Devin. But it's cool, man. Meeting an NBA player, those dudes are huge. He was like 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", and he made us look like little kids. But, I seen him practicing. He's out there, man. It's really mesmerizing to see the dedication. Even at the time, he was a G League player. Now he's getting heavy minutes. The time I took the picture with him, G League guy. He was I think he was a two-way contract getting called up and down. That's what he told me. So, congratulations to him. He's getting major minutes. And again, opportunity. I mean, he had a block on Montrezl Harrell. He looked athletic. He was out here scoring, doing a little bit of everything. So I'm always like, dang, like that's crazy that I met him, and at the time he wasn't getting no minutes, and now look at him, right? So again, opportunity has to meet talent in order for it to succeed. And tonight, again, shout out to LaMelo Ball. He went off, especially in that first quarter. So that's impressive to me. A lot of people were already trashing him, but it's like, be patient with these young cats. They're going to get better and better. They're the future of tomorrow's NBA. You got to root for them. Got to root for them. Devin, is it Devin Eubanks? I think it's not Ebanks. It ain't the ex-Laker Samurai. You in the past, bro. Samurai stays in the past. He be talking about Phil Jackson. He was talking. I don't remember who else he was talking about in pregame. Bro, it ain't the Devin Ebanks that was on the Lakers that everybody thought was going to be good. No, not that one. He said, I was wrong about Wesley Matthews, a solid veteran who can defensively shoot from deep. Well, today was his best game, so you weren't wrong just yet, but he needs to make sure that he does this consistently. Now, obviously, he's not going to go 6 for 6 probably the rest of the season, but what he can do is maybe shoot closer to 40% and play better defense. Sure, that's why we brought him here. I was excited. I broke down the video when we first got him. I was very happy, especially at the price we got him at. But yeah, I mean, I do agree that some people overreact. Like they were saying, oh, it's better to have, Danny Green than him. I'm like, I'd rather have 2.5 million than 15 mil breaking, right? But it is what it is. Danny said, I have respect for Becky Hammon. She's going to be a head coach one day, probably going to be the Spurs' next head coach. I think so. I think Greg Popovich is getting her ready, but I don't think Greg has a lot of time left. Not on earth, don't get me wrong. In the NBA, I feel like he should have already retired with Tim Duncan and them. He's not a losing type coach, and they're kind of rebuilding right now. They're not really rebuilding, which is worse because like you got these star players, but you're not really going anywhere. If I were them, I'd trade DeMar and LaMarcus Aldridge and then start rebuilding for the draft up. But yeah, I don't really see him as a rebuilding type. Maybe I'm wrong. I could see Becky Hammon being prepped for the next level, probably by the Spurs. The Spurs have broken lots of barriers. They've drafted overseas. They've done tons of things that are very impressive. And yeah, I can see that. He said, Happy New Year. To you, Dan, and the rest of Laker Nation. There you have it. Happy New Year to all you guys, man. I love y'all for real. Thank you guys for being here with me during these tough times. It's been a crazy year, but hey, we made it. We made it past this year, and congratulations on just that. he said, um, he said, Pop seriously pulled a Draymond Green tonight. Oh, you mean when he got upset? And that's the first time I ever seen him get kicked out. But again, that's an opportunity for Becky, man. That was nice to see. He said, no matter how many times anybody explains this to me, plus mine don't make sense. Like the plus minus, brother, I think it's an over uh scrutinized stat. It's something that people overlook. Like they look at too much. Y'all gotta chill on stats. Sometimes the game is beyond stats, right? Like Caruso, for example. This man, he don't put up too much numbers, but look at him. Look at him. He's actually impactful. He's one of our best perimeter defenders. He makes huge shots, huge plays down the stretch, and it doesn't really matter what he does on the plus minus or on the numbers, points, all that. What matters is the way he plays and how efficient he is. That's why LA loves him for real. Hey Denver, how you doing, bro? He said, "Yo DTLF, God bless you, congrats." And the Lakers, much love, bro. He said it's great because now the Lakers can rest Bron and Dennis can play. Make Dan this is the best channel. Oh man, thank you, man. You're too kind, my brother. Too kind. Maybe you should start a Denver Nuggets channel and I'd watch because I'm a fan of your kindness and your high basketball IQ. So we appreciate you here, even though you're a Nuggets fan. So much love, bro. Vincent, he said, if West plays, well, no PT for that THT. He said, New Year at all. Look, man, thank you for the donation, bro. But I'm not concerned about who gets playing time. I do want to see THT play. However, Wesley Matthews shooting like this, am I going to complain? No, because it's all about winning. And THC's still young. He's going to have this time to shine. But I do want to see more minutes for him at some point. It's unfortunate he couldn't play today because when he plays, in my opinion, he leaves a positive mark. I haven't looked at his plus minus or nothing like that. But I like his aggression. I like his defense. And I think the young man has a super bright future, for real. Hey, JDH, appreciate you, bro. He said, like you say, Dan, it's teamwork, baby. Gonna do it. Oh, we got this, man. And the team is going to continue to gel. Look, our perimeter guards, KCP still hasn't had a huge game. I keep picking him up on Fantasy League because I know it's coming. That big KCP game when he drops close to 30, it's coming at some point. But we're so deep, it can rain from anywhere. Tonight it was Wesley Matthews, and we didn't expect him to ball out like this. And tonight he did that. So that's the beauty of the depth of this Laker team. We know we're going to get it now from LeBron, from Anthony Davis, and from Dennis Schroder. Those are our staples on this team, our big three. Everybody else is a bonus. If Kuz comes out and balls, we win on top of those three, right? If Harrell comes out and balls out, we win. If KCP, Wesley Matthews, whoever throws chips into the pot, we're most likely going to win. So it's a beautiful thing to know that you're always one or two role players away from guaranteeing a dub as long as your star players show up, right? It's a beautiful thing. My guy said, I hope to see Becky Hammon make it as a head coach. Also, a very well-known player for the San Antonio Stars. He said the former WNBA team in San Antonio, which relocated to Las Vegas. Yes. I mean, she was dope as a WNBA player. Now look at her. Two of my teams that I am fans of are lead by strong-willed women. The first is the Lakers, of course, Jeannie Buss, and the other one is the Titans with Amy Adams. Hey, man, that's great, brother. We gotta respect, and we have to, treat these females with respect because they love sports just as much, if not more, than we do. Like, I got so many cool ass chick followers on Twitter that I have cool sports conversations with all the time. And it's a blast to know that the game has grown to that level. Because y'all remember in the 90s, right? What was the stereotype? Was that girls didn't like sports and it was all guys in the living room and the girls in the kitchen, right? That's what a lot of people thought. But guess what, man? We're in a new era. Now it's guys in the kitchen, girls in the living room, right? We the ones whipping up the meals. But yeah, there's no tag to anything, man. That's sexism. At the end of the day, they're entitled to enjoy life just like we are. So let them analyze sports and let them be a part of this badass culture, because at the end of the day, Sports is universal, man. It doesn't have a gender, it doesn't have a race, and that's the best thing about sports. It just brings us together. You gotta love it. Oh yeah, let's not forget female referees. Thank you, Keith. Thank you for mentioning that. He said, Dan, what did you get for Xmas? Another game? You're looking at it, bro. Look at my gear. I've been rocking it for you guys. Everything I got for Christmas, I've been rocking it over the past few days. Somebody said my gear was fresh. Appreciate that, man. That was Christmas and my birthday. I'm an adult, so I don't really get stuff like that, for Christmases, toys. I don't really ask for electronics, nothing like that. Just gear. If you want to give me a video game here or there, cool. Whatever, it's the thought that counts anyways. But the gear is my favorite. I mean, who doesn't love gear, right? Who doesn't like to be fresh? He said weak. He said female field goal kickers. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. He said, I got tons of Laker stuff for Christmas. Yes. Shout out to my boy Mookie for hooking it up with some Laker stuff. But see, it's hard for people to give me Laker stuff because my closet is filled with jerseys and Laker stuff, but I still welcome anything. I love it all. But yeah, most of the time they give me, gear because it's what I love. But yeah, Laker stuff is always awesome to have during any holiday, or even when you buy it for yourself. It's amazing. See, Justice a 3. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. No homo. I like that. He said, world is evolving, which is a good thing. It is a great thing, man. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. And if you're not with it, I guess you don't like technology. I guess you don't like futuristic stuff. That's up to you, but you're missing out. He said, what about them Lakers, baby? Detail of these clowns stay hating on our Lakers. Let them hate. They hate us because they ain't us. Skip Bayless is an epic troll. Much love from Afghanistan. Damn, check that out. We got badass fans from Afghanistan. That's what's up, bro. That's really cool, man. I appreciate you, bro. In college, there's a female field goal kicker. For reals? I didn't even know that, Greg. You just educated me, bro. That's crazy. On a football team? Oh, wow. You're going to have to hit me with that link because I want to see the video for sure. For Vanderbilt. Okay, I'm going to look that up for sure. He said, I'm glad Mathews found his groove, but if we don't find minutes for THT, we might lose him in free agency. Well, I believe THT would become a restricted free agent, wouldn't he? Or is it different because he's a second-round pick? I'm not sure. But I think we'll lock him up, man. I'm not too worried about that right now. He said, my favorite game from this whole year was for the Lakers was beating the Clippers on Sunday, March 8th, 2020 statement. And that's really when we start taking over, when the games actually count, right? Later in the year. What's your best lineup so far? My best lineup? I love Dennis out there. Basically, the starting lineup, but I would sub Gasol for Trez and put AD at the 5 when he's feeling healthy. That's basically my best lineup for sure. For sure. He said, West Side. There you go. He said, Laker Nation representing from Largo, Florida. We got it everywhere. We got it everywhere, man. We got Laker fans everywhere, and I love it. Lakers just waiting till the playoffs to go 100%. Yes, sir. A lot of people were doubting that. They were doubting us last year because we look a little shaky in the regular season. We still ended up first in the West, and people still weren't giving us our props. We still weren't in I don't even think we were in the top 3 as far as power rankings. I was like, how absurd. I think we were like 4th or something. I was like, how crazy is ESPN disrespecting the future champs? And then we ended up being champs, right? I think I even made a video about that. But again, this year, we're off to a slow start, and people are going to start disrespecting as they come out of nowhere like termites, right? Termites on wood. And I'm like, get off my wood, right? No pun intended, but it's crazy. He said, Dan, do you have a P.O. box? I do not, man. But if you guys want to send anything at all, I hit you with the proper address you can send it to. It's not mine, but it's somewhere I pick it up from. So hit me up on Twitter or Instagram and ask me for the address, and I got you, bro. Maurice, he said, you said it right, Dan. That is our best lineup. Appreciate that you agree, bro. But yeah, we have so many lineups we could go to this year. But to end games, I would like to see that lineup for sure. Maybe even Kuz at the 2 over KCP at times when he's balling out, right? He said, ESPN's a joke. We were number 1, baby. Let's repeat. We're ready, man. We're ready. I promise you, come February, we'll be kicking it into second gear. And then obviously 3rd and 4th and fifth gear come playoff time. So not worried about these Lakers at all. He said, Dan, I hope your Rams will pick it up because playoff football is on the way. My Rams have struggled lately, and a lot of people have given up on Jared Goff. I still believe in the kid. I want him to step up. We're going to need Jared Goff, man. Hopefully he steps up because if not, it's not going to be looking too good. But let's go Rams. This is about the time of the year when I'm really going to start watching. I haven't been watching too much of the regular season, to be honest with you, but I'm about to start because the playoffs are around the corner. He said, I think our roster is great. We don't need to sign anyone. We can win the chip, no doubt, with the roster that we have. The Laker fans need to learn to be patient. We got this. I do agree with you, Marine. Absolutely. Patience is key. I wish we were a little bit more patient, but we are spoiled Laker fans. We want results and we want them now, right? Like a kid who throws his tantrum because he didn't get his toy at Toys R Us, or what used to be Toys R Us, right? That's how Laker fans, that's how we are. But it's only because we love our team, right? Only because we love our team. So I do understand the impatience. I do wish we were a little bit more patient. That would be so much better for everybody involved. I feel like a lot of the stress that Laker fans have, we put it on ourselves because we're not patient. And then we end up with our foot in our mouth talking about, oh, man, I should have been patient, right? He said, just wondering about the development of our bench rotation. Right now, our bench rotation is not consistent. The one thing I can tell you, though, the first ones off the bench are Wesley Matthews, Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and a filler. It could be Quinn Cook. It could be whoever, coach is putting there. It could be THT. On any given night, it could change. But that has been the bench rotation so far consistently. He said, our weakness is another athletic big. That's it. Maybe so. But again, I'm going to wait 5 more games to actually see if that's exactly what we need. It's looking like that, to be honest with you. It does look like that. You guys might be right. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. As my brother right here from the Marines. I'm sorry, did I get that right? Yeah, from the Marines. My brother over here preaching. We do have to be patient. And that's one thing Laker fans always got to work on. Because, I remember when we drafted Brandon Ingram, they were eating him alive because he struggled at first. I kept telling everybody, patience. Same thing with Lonzo, D'Angelo Russell, everybody. So at the end of the day, yes, we do have to be more patient. Why did they take off the KB patch off the jerseys and the home floor? I don't know, man. I don't know, brother. But every year is different. Those will live on in our memory forever. Maybe in the finals they put him back on. We'll see. Dan, do you prefer a tighter rotation, go deep, or continuously change? Depends on the matchups. The second one, man. I do like a coach that can adapt based on matchups. Very similar to how Coach Frank Vogel did in the finals, right? He adapted, and that worked in our favor. If he would have stuck to his guns, maybe we would have went to 6 games. We didn't want that. We wanted to finish in 5. So, yeah. Or did we finish in 6? I lost count. But bottom line is, yes, I do like a coach who can adapt on the fly and make the proper adjustments because that's what we need. Next level championship coaching, you need to adapt. And I think Frank Vogel did an exceptional job of that in the playoffs last year. At first, he was being stubborn. And he left Dwight and JaVale out there for too long. But then in the second and third round of the playoffs, he made the right adjustments, and they paid off, playing more of Markieff Morris and, going smaller. So, yep. He said, yo, Dan, I got my Lakers championship poster. That's what's up, bro. Congrats. Always got to deck out your house and look as fresh as possible. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's try to get at least to 200 plus. I do appreciate you guys tuning in. All the donations, man, you guys are super generous. I love y'all especially. But thank you guys. All of you guys, man, are super great. Make sure you guys, if you already haven't, please subscribe or consider subscribing. And I'll catch you guys right here for the next one. Have a happy new year, guys. Stay safe out there. I want to see you guys right here for the next pregame. So make sure you guys stay safe and have a good night. God bless you guys.